Alright, so I got a new one for you today. I don't remember which one it is. I want to do a comparison later, but I'm gonna have to drink 2 cups of coffee at the same time to do that. I don't want to do that. Oh yeah, here it is. It's ironic. It is the breakfast blend. I've been up all day already, and it's the middle of the night at this point. I don't know what time it is because the power went out. We're gonna talk about that in a second. But uh yeah, let's start this and then we'll read it and we'll get rolling. Barismo breakfast blend. Sticking with the Aldi's coffee because it's cheap. Not cheap, inexpensive. Cheap has like a negative connotation of being not valuable, where I find Barismo coffee to be incredibly valuable, especially because it's all fair trade certified, which is huge for me. Now, as far as the darkness scale, it's medium light. It's just on the edge of medium, and this is what it says. This sweet blend combines hints of this blend. Okay, we're just gonna start over. I didn't even read the title. Lively and crisp. This blend combines hints of sweet cocoa, crisp dried fruits, and spices. This is a lively coffee with a balanced flavor. I generally like most breakfast blends. It smells really good. Now, I've been doing a lot of work in the basement today. I basically just spent all day working on the floor. We can go look at that once the coffee's done being made. However, I got a late start today because the power went out. Now, the power has gone out multiple times up here. It goes out way more often than it used to back in Pittsburgh. It's shut down the stream a couple times, and on top of the having terrible internet up here, it's definitely going to be interesting continuing to try to create content with a reduction in resources, but we'll do what we can. Now, the annoying thing right now is the thermostat has not been working ever since the power went out. It's just been dead. So even though it's not supposed to get super cold tonight, I think it's supposed to stay above freezing. It definitely is going to get cold later in the week. I'm trying to troubleshoot it. The easiest thing is, like people said, sometimes you can just take it off the wall, put it back on, and it starts working again. That's like the third time I've done that, and it hasn't worked. So I checked the fuse box downstairs, and that's not the issue. The next thing I need to do is check the fuse on the furnace control board, but that's a whole other thing. And if that is a problem, I can't even fix that right now. So because no place is open that is going to sell a furnace fuse. So it's going to be a cold night either way. I'm going to have to get some extra blankets or something. And then hopefully I can figure out why the furnace isn't working tomorrow. Because if it starts getting cold again, I'll probably be fine. But I'm worried about Charlie, and I'm worried about the pipes freezing. Especially since I'm just working. I definitely managed to work up a sweat in the basement. I started with the hoodie on because it's a little bit chilly right now. Let's try it with just the cream. Okay, yeah, that's good. It's a very good breakfast blend. It's pretty flavorful for a medium light coffee. It tastes like a sweeter, lighter roast version of the Sumatra. Now, I don't know if you can tell, it still looks like a mess to me from here. It looks like a mess in general, but it looks so much better to me. And I really wish I could just flip the cam without weirdly having to turn the phone around and probably missing what I'm aiming at because I can't even see what the camera is shooting at. But I guess I can start telling you guys now. I just finished mopping after cleaning and scraping the floor. I wish you could smell it. That's an invention someone needs to make, is the ability to smell videos and images on the internet. Uh, so I first cleaned the entire floor with the Nature's Miracle Advanced Formula Pet Scrubber stuff, and I cleaned the whole thing with a scrub brush, like you can't see it right now. There's a brush that screws onto the end of this, and I use this, and I scrubbed the whole floor, and now that's on the floor. And then I went back and I spot cleaned the piss gel areas. And I got probably 80 to 90% of it up, but it got to a point where you have to determine what the appropriate returns for your time investment are. And to get it to like 90 or 95% would have been like an extra hour or two. So it just wasn't worth it. Then I mopped the floor 7 times. Yes, I said 7 times. It was actually that dirty where the water just kept coming up black and I kept having a bunch of suds. I guess you can still see a few suds, but that's barely any left. And I mopped across the whole floor. Now, is 7 overkill? Kind of, but not really. If I were just cleaning the floor, I probably would have only done it 3 or 4 times and then it would have been pretty clean. But because we need to fill the cracks and all those holes along the side with the crack filler, which I have right here, this stuff. Hopefully, I have enough. I suppose I can always get more, but we're going to tomorrow. We need to give it time to dry. It's got to be very, very dry. Uh, you need to be, you need a dry crack when you're working in your cracks. But once we give it time to dry, we're going to patch as many of those little holes as I can, and then we're going to give that time to dry, and then we're going to paint it. Now, I still need to broom the floor off, and I might even use a vacuum cleaner because I was using a sponge mop. And two things: one, mops don't really pick everything up, so even though it got a lot of the concrete dust up and stuff, which is one of the reasons why it took 7 tries, because like the first 3 times the water came out black, and then eventually it looked a lot better. And now I'm at the point where I feel like the floor is actually kind of clean. So we are going to spend the next day patching the walls and like liquid nailing the wood panels back against the wall. There's a bunch of little holes that they cut to put like wires through. I don't know if you can see that on the wall there. So I need to patch the walls. And I feel like the best way to patch that wood paneling is kind of jank, but it'll work. Is just get cardboard or plywood and put like cut like a square piece bigger than the hole and then fill the rest with wood filler. And I'm gonna see if that works. Hopefully it should work. I have a little bit of wood filler. I don't know if I have plywood. I'm gonna look around and see if I can find any. And maybe use cardboard, but I've also considered possibly, if you look out here, the wood paneling only goes so far and then it just stops. They did everything half-ass here. And clearly I'm not doing things half-ass because I just mopped this floor 7 damn times. So I might take the wood paneling. Like look at this, look at the bathroom over here. They paneled this side, but then they left this open. Like why would they do that? It's just so frustrating. But I might end up taking a piece of paneling off somewhere else and using it to make wall patches, or I'll just use cardboard or plywood. I definitely have cardboard. And regardless, that's the plan for tomorrow. I was hoping to be doing that today, but the combination of having a migraine yesterday and the power going out today definitely slowed my plans down a lot. But we keep chugging along. I think tomorrow, assuming I actually have time because I'm not running around trying to fix the damn furnace all day, we're gonna do the comparing to different coffees. The I have the little cappuccinos I like, you know. I almost am out of the one. This French vanilla cappuccino, I have one left, and I'm going to open the new box and compare that one with the other one. And if you want to know what the other one is, you'll have to tune in for the next video. Cheers.